Nuran? Nuran is here? We have two Katrinas. Yeah, actually we have. So
Yeah, I'm wondering why. I don't know.
you can shut off your. You want to shut down your camera?
Yeah, I will, but still, you have two, two of me.
Okay, no problem. It's always good to have two Katrinas, so don't worry. So okay. So Jean. Okay. So Jean, I'm not sure why you're not able to talk and uh, with your microphone. Maybe we're gonna fix this later. Yeah. So welcome back, Katrina. Katrina too. Everybody's welcome, Katrina. Okay, no problem. So I'm gonna troubleshoot this microphone issue with you later. So don't worry. Okay. So yeah. So how was your week, guys? How was everything going with you?
It's okay.
Okay. So any exciting news? Well, actually, you can talk and instead of Zoya. You can talk instead of texting back or in the group chat. You can talk. I mean, this is the part we all talk together. The part where I'm the only person to talk is later. Like when you start sleeping, I'm gonna be the only person to talk. So now we're making it a conversation.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. So how was your week?
Good, good. Yours?
Actually, yesterday I just got my second account in Florida. Actually, it's kind of Vanessa's work, but yeah, we are pretty excited to have like our official second account together, which is a nice thing.
Oh, very
Think,
nice.
right?
So you
Mm-hmm.
already took her territory? You work there? She moved?
Yeah, yeah. So starting this week, I'm the only person covering for South Florida. Actually, I just arrived Monday, Monday by night, or you can say Tuesday morning, and I'm still, trying to figure it out in the apartment, trying to get some furniture, and because it's still, I have been driving for so long, since Thursday, like 3 p.m. Thursday. I've been driving since till Tuesday morning, so it's been a long drive.
Where did you live prior to that?
In Jersey and Boston. So
Oh,
I started from Jersey, went up to Boston, had a lunch on Friday, and then came all the way back from Boston to Florida. It's been a
so now
fun
you live in
drive,
Florida.
very long one. Hmm?
Now you live in Florida.
Yep, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay, so yeah, it's I'm pretty excited to start in Florida. It's very hot and humid. I dislike that, but yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Maybe like whenever I go to the beach, I'm gonna like Florida. People keep saying that, so let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen.
For sure. Good luck.
Thank you, Vanessa. How's it going with the canvassing of your new territory?
Good. It's going well. Were you able to stop at any places on the way down?
Nope.
Oh no, you just kept driving.
Yep. I spent the
That's
night
good.
in Philadelphia and the night in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and the third night somewhere in Florida between Jacksonville and
Did you get
yeah.
did you get stuck in the hurricane?
Yep.
Oh,
It's
you did?
yeah, like it was raining. I didn't see it actually as a hurricane. It was raining, but like very hard raining. But yeah, nothing abnormal. It has been raining since I came to Florida, so
Right.
I'm used to it. Yeah.
So it's
So
nothing
Amar,
new.
how was your week? Yeah. Thank you. Amar, Amar has slept already. Katrina, how was your week?
Uh, do you mean the long weekend? The long weekend was good. I mean, the work was okay, a little slow. Hope it will pick
Mhm,
up in September.
mhm. Hopefully, like before, after the school starts and everything, the volume is gonna go up again. No,
Yeah,
because like everybody now is, at home and eager like to go to doctors and do bone marrows and everything.
yeah. I mean, the Labor Day never works well for us.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Hopefully I think the volume is gonna go up again. So yeah, I hope everything goes well. Jean, how was your week? Yeah, Jean can't can't talk. She only writes. So yeah, I assume your week is good. And I really wanted you like to be able to talk with us on the conversation. I'm gonna troubleshoot my connection issue with you after we finish, so don't worry about this. Aziz, how was your week?
It was great, man. I don't remember anything to be honest with you except for the weekend.
Oh, okay, great. Mm-hmm. Lots of follow up. I have a new account. So Jean had her her first account. Is this your first account? Oh, okay, great, yay! Jean just got her first account. Good for you, Jean. I know for sure you're gonna be doing an amazing job up there in New York. So yeah, so basically this episode has to be about leukemia. Starting to give some basic information about leukemia, and since this is like the most important disease, hematologist oncologist has to deal with us upon. So uh, yeah, so this episode is to be talking about leukemia. But I thought like I have been I've been discussing it with Jean and with Vanessa. I'm trying to find like a more a way that makes you guys more involved in the training process, more like a conversation or like the conference call that we have every week, and making it more enjoyable. So actually, when I was with Vanessa, we kept all the time discussing issues about the work. I had learned a lot of things from her. So I thought we can bring up those conversations and about those kind of topics that like we face every day in the field. We can bring them up here in the training, and and share the experience in a more like systematized way. So just because I'm having an issue with EMR, so I thought we might be talking about EMR. So I thought about some questions that we might face. I personally had those questions, so I shared them with you earlier in the email. So yeah, let's start talking about what's the EMR, why do we have an EMR, like your experience. You are all okay to go like unmute yourself and start talking.
Okay, I can go first. The account that I have that we have an interface with is Osceola Cancer Center, and they are an office with 4 doctors. Um, they started sending in like towards the end of 2012, and that was when the rep before me was working for us, and let's see. I looked back to see how many specimens they sent then. So they sent 6 in 2012. In 2013, they sent about 40. 2014, they sent about 40. 2015, they sent about 16. And then this year, they've sent about 10 so far.
Mhm.
So their volume has gone down. We started doing the interface with them in October of 2015. So we were hoping this would increase their volume. And we had it completed it was like June of this year, of 2016. So it took about 9 months to do, and they said that's a lot longer than usual. The issue that they had is that I guess they had to keep doing testing on, I forgot the terminology they used. I guess it was like, I guess they were testing like the reports or cases or something, but it wasn't on our end, and the EMR company, they said that they were, going as fast as they could. So I guess that was like the delay, was just that they had to keep testing the interface, because there like kept on being like issues, with it. But and it's Energy by Greenway. I don't know if anyone else has. I guess that was probably the first time we've worked with that EMR company. That could be why it took so long too.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So you said the volume went down after, after we had the interface with them?
Well, I guess, they sent 16 in 2015, and they've sent 10 so far this year. So I guess it's about the same as last year. Yeah, so we're hoping, and actually this account said that they weren't doing their bone marrows in the office. They were doing them in the hospital, so that was one of their reasons of why they haven't been sending as much to us. But they said that now they're doing them in the office, so the volume's supposed to pick up. But that's what they said about like 3 months ago. So there must be something else. I know they use GenPath too, and is it Maraca too as well, that I think is that they're sending to a little bit as well. So I guess that's probably one of the reasons.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing with us. So you said it's not normal to take like 9 months for like to set up the interface. That it worked this way with them. So any other body has an experience with EMR? Thank you.
I just want a sound to be a sound for Jean. We can read what she just wrote in message. She said, "My Hatish hospital wants us to interface with center, and it looks bad. Omar said non-previous interface was there, and the account said Clariant is good, but not great." I don't know what is Clariant.
Clariant is another lab that's now acquired by New Genomics. It used to be like a hematopathology lab. It used to be one of our competitors, but now it's part of New Genomics.
Oh yeah, she said it's another lab, yeah. So I suggested some strategy which I'm trying to employ. Never heard of Greenway. Greenway is the thing that we use basically, right? We use Greenway. Our system, our interface work with Greenway company, right? On the East Coast, you can't control what happens in the hospital. Just keep reminding them. Yeah. Actually, I just had a meeting with Dr. Edward Gold, and I think we are trying to get him on board for a long time. I think the person who worked in New Jersey before also had meetings with him. But now he said, the first thing he said to me was, if you can be part of my EMR system, then I will start conversation with you. Without that, don't even start. And I found out that we are a part of this system, and they use Greenway. And it will cost us nothing to join this particular office because we are already there. So I think that's a good start of conversation. I don't know if he's gonna use us, but at least I can say, proudly say that yes, we are in the
Mm-hmm.
system, and yes, we can become a part of their EMR system.
Mm-hmm. So personally, I don't know what's Greenway. Is it like the EMR company or?
Yes, yes. Let me check. I have my notes about it because I wrote it down because I had no idea as well.
Mhm. Okay, so it's interesting to know that having interface with this office is for free, because personally the experience that I have, we just put Nuran on board. Welcome, Nuran.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, welcome. So personally, the experience I had with the EMR, it's one of our offices. We had a problem with the pickup, the specimen pickup once, and since they were using us, on regular basis, and the doctor really likes us, so I had this email coming from their office manager, and she wanted to set up the interface with them. I emailed it to Omar, and like he got a quote and everything. So it costs us between 4,000 and 5,000 to set up the interface, and almost like $750 a year to maintain this EMR interface working with their office. So I didn't know that it can be for free. I'm not sure. I remember once Ahmed sent an email that's for some offices that's in New Jersey and upstate New York, that there's an EMR that it can be set up for free. I'm not sure if this is Greenway or this is another one.
I'm wondering about this fusion interface that somebody,
Mhm.
I think maybe it was Adam, somebody asked us to find out what our clients think about this fusion. And he even sent us remember the list of our clients who use this fusion. And actually, as a good girl, I went to my clients and asked them, and they like the system actually. Yeah, they can see everything, they can order tests, they can see results there, but we are not part of this fusion system. So,
Mhm.
I don't know. Do you have any updates, Karim, about this fusion
Mm,
system? I mean,
no.
anybody knows something?
No, actually, I don't know. I don't have updates about this. I personally don't know. I'm just sharing my experience the same way you are sharing your experience. I don't know anything for sure, like from the lab or something. Maybe like we come up with some questions. I go find the answers, and next
Corinne,
time
repeat
meeting.
again about the price. Was it EMR bidirectional? How much was it?
For my office, it costs like $4,000 to $5,000 to set it
To
up.
install the bidirectional EMR, right?
Yep.
Okay, I have a quote in front of me also for an office that Omar gave me. It's 7,500, and a
Hmm.
maintenance would be 2,400 a year.
Wow, this is a lot more expensive than mine.
Yeah. So I don't
Hmm.
know which part is free there.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how is it like. I don't find like it's everything is expensive. It's not for free.
Yeah, but
So
it
I'm
worked for
not
Katrina.
sure how they're gonna
Yeah.
implement it.
I see. So in your case, why would you want to have an EMR with your office?
Well, the doctor there, the one that like the manager of all the doctors, he said
Mm-hmm.
he already has this bidirectional with the lab he's working with right now. And the only way he will just even give it a try, it's if you have something like bidirectional that he can get it straight from computer. He doesn't want to see any facts coming his way or anything like that. He wants to
Interesting.
be able to access it right away and see it and not looking for any facts to come. But here's the thing, he never gave us a try. And he just
Mm-hmm.
wants the system to be installed. And, I don't know. I mean, what if he doesn't use it? Where is his commitment on that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So basically what Ahmed was saying, that, you know, he needs to give us a try, to send couple specimen just to see that he likes it, and he would like to like work with us together, like partnership. But if he doesn't even do this step on his side, he said that he's not going to authorize this installation of the system because it's like, you know, he's not going to use it. He doesn't show any commitment.
Yep. So actually, what happened with me is I like to get the interface authorized in my case. Dr. Nasser asked me to find like to find the average of specimens this account is sending to us and how much money this makes. And he said that if it exceeds $11,000 a month, then this account is is eligible to have EMR with. So I think this is the way they measure if this is a good office to have EMR with or not. They just calculate how much money they make. If they make more than $11,000 a month, this means that this account is okay. Let's go and have interface with them. In my case, the average was like 5 cases a month, which is good for 3 months. So yeah, so that's why they said, okay, let's do interface with them. I think in your case, in the case of your account, this doctor is not. He hasn't even tried us yet. So we're
Right.
yes, you're not gonna spend $7,500, without even him giving us a try.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to meet with him and talk about what we're gonna do. But I like Katrina said that something was there for free. Can you repeat that? What's the free part there? I don't understand.
Well, the free part, the thing is, we already installed this system for. I mean, I don't know, installed or we became a part of this system somehow. I don't know what is the terminology here because I have no idea how we can join the system. But anyway, we already in this system in Greenway, we already worked with them. We already paid for the interface for, I think it was like Arizona Oncology or something. I can check it. I have it in my emails from Omar. So we already was there. So now what we're gonna do is just enter like the information for this account for this doctor that I was talking about, and that's it. So we don't need to pay anything because we already paid for that. We are already in this system, and that's a good part about it. But again, I don't know if it will be like a stimulus, for this doctor to send us. And also, I think if we pay those money, maybe I mean, not in my case, but for example, in your case or in Karim's case, should we have a contract with them, like hospitals have the contract? If they have a contract, they're gonna send us. I mean, the contract is for some particular amount of money or some number of specimens, or I don't know.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, at least to buy whatever they spend for the system in case if he doesn't want to work in the future. But I don't know. I don't have any contract to present to him when I talk to him, so we'll see.
Is it even feasible to have a contract with a doctor's office? I don't think this is legal.
So how come they sometimes
I don't know about doctor's office, but
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Katrina, go ahead.
Katrina? Anyway, you're saying that it's not legal to make the contract. So how some offices or some places say that we have already
7,500, then never see the specimen. It's
Katrina, you were on mute. We didn't hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just heard like last word.
Okay.
So what were you saying, Katrina?
Can you repeat it?
Whatever. No. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I said is, I think with hospitals, it's a normal practice to have a contract. So for example, for 1 year they're gonna send us, but with practice, let's say with one doctor with private practice, I'm not sure how the contract thing would work.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's even legal to have a contract with the medical office. Like forcing them to send to us. I think Zoya, the case you're talking about, I think it's about insurances. They have, like if the patient insurance wants the doctor to send to a specific reference lab, then they have to send to this lab. It's not like the doctor has a contract with the lab, which is illegal. It's the patient's insurance that forces the doctor to send to certain labs. In our case in Florida, we have an HMO called Humana. Humana is in network with Integrated Oncology, which is LabCorp. So everything has to go to Integrated. Other than that, they would kick the doctor out of network.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like, because of insurance or any other reason, but the bottom line is that he's gonna have to give us a try before we can install anything. I mean, that's a big investment, because they ask for this, what's gonna be tomorrow, and he doesn't, do anything for us, doesn't send anything, doesn't, he just demands. So we'll see. I don't know. But it's definitely expensive process, very expensive.
So Zoya, in your case, Katrina, in your case as well, the doctor himself is the one who asked for the interface to be set up, right?
Well, eventually that's what he said. In the beginning, it was like bunch of other things that, this question or this question. When I each time came back to him with an answer, that's the last time when I saw him, that's what he said. Well, it's basically the IT. If I would have this interface with whatever, even if it's unidirectional, that I can get all the information. Like, oh, okay, so that's the reason you're not sending. He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, so we'll see. I don't know. He's the one who mentioned that. Yes, the doctor.
So the doctor wants even a unidirectional EMR for him to get the reports. So why didn't you provide him with the online access?
So no. So then I basically had a conference call with Omar and their IT guy. So the IT guy went back to the doctor and asked everything what he wants, because he was communicating with Omar. And I guess in the end it was way more than what he told me, because the two IT guys were talking between them, and that's what they wanted. So the quote was 7,500 for that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Each time he has a little bit more and more and more demand, and so far like nothing in return. So wish me luck. What can I tell you?
I'm sorry?
Wish me luck.
Yes, good luck.
Yeah, sure. Good luck for you. So Jean agrees with us that the hospitals need to have a contract with them to get paid. The doctor's offices, it's not cool, and yeah, she says doctor's offices contracts are not cool. Insurance, they are on par with dictate where the specimens go. Yeah, so basically she agrees with us on what we say on this point. So let's hold this thought. We're gonna talk again about the EMR and the next episode. Maybe clarify some some points, or have some questions, or ask about the Greenway and the Practice Fusion and how this process works, and get more prices. In your case it's 7,500. My case it's 4,000, like 4,000. So let's see how this works. Maybe I'm gonna send a list of questions to Omar to know how this thing works. What are the cases to offer the doctor an EMR interface? Are the doctors the ones who are interested in the interface, or is the lab tech? If we want to sell this product, to whom should we be selling this product? To the doctor, to the lab tech, to the medical assistant? So all those questions, maybe we're gonna find some answers and talk about them in the next episode. I'm gonna go to leukemia then now you can go ahead and sleep. Actually, Homer slept. I'm not sure if Mariana slept or not. So let's go on and find. Gene
Hey,
says,
I'm
"My
right over here, man. Don't pick on me.
Me
really
neither.
Homer here is here as well." Okay, so why don't you guys share anything?
What's
Homer's
that?
probably asleep. That's all he does.
Ha ha, very fun. No, my computer's acting up. My apologies.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, please.
Oh, now it's 2 against 1, huh?
Okay, okay. So let's go ahead and go for leukemia. If you guys click on the showcase app, you're gonna find the link to the presentation. It's called leukemia. Just click on it, and you're gonna be following me on Breezy. Okay, let's start. So basically, remember when the training is divided into 3 parts. The first part is what's happening there. By there, we mean what's happening in the hematology oncology office. And the first part was, divided more, talking about the hematologist, oncologist, talking about the basic biology for hematology and oncology. And now we're going to be talking about, some diseases, some of the cases the doctor is gonna find, and we're gonna just go. You guys are not gonna be doctors, so you're not interested in a lot of details. It's just we give you a hint about what's leukemia, just to be familiar with your conversation with the doctor, just to be familiar with what leukemia is. So basically, leukemia is one of the blood malignancies, which means it's a problem. It's a malignancy. It's a cancer that happens in the blood forming organ, and the blood forming organ is the bone marrow. So it's a malignancy in the bone marrow that's reflected upon the numbers and the functions of the blood cells in the bloodstream. Basically, leukemia means, so locus in Greek means white, and emia means blood. So leukemia means white blood, and this is to refer to the a disease that has a lot of white blood cells in the bloodstream. So the number of blood, normally the number of blood cells in the blood is between 4,000 and 11,000 blood cells, white blood cells. You would hear always some doctors saying that if it's leukocytosis, which means increased white blood cells around 60,000, it's fine, I can start with peripheral blood. But if it's around 300,000, of course I'm going to go ahead and do bone marrow. So basically, you can now understand that the normal white blood cell numbers in the blood, it's between 4,000 and 11,000. If it goes up to 60,000, it's something interesting. He has to start finding out what type of leukemia this is, or what's the cause of leukocytosis. If it's very, very high, like 300,000, this means most probably this is a blood malignancy, and we need to do a bone marrow to diagnose and know what type of blood malignancy this is. So this is just a general idea about what leukemia is. Historically, leukemia used to be known as a killing disease. Nobody survives leukemia. So I've been doing some research, and I found this piece of information that a famous movie, Love Story, which is nominated for 7 Academy Awards. This is an interesting movie. You can of course, I'm not sure like if you guys watched this movie or not, but it's the author wanted to find a disease that means the patient is gonna die anyway, and this is a hopeless case. And what disease would he choose? Leukemia. So this movie was, I'm not sure, it's like around 70s, 1970s. And back then, leukemia was a killing disease. Nobody survives leukemia. So let's go ahead and see what's this point? Slow connection.
Do you know whose fault it is? I wouldn't use the word fault, Oliver. Okay, put it your way. Two 24-year-olds can't seem to make a baby. Obviously, one of us is malfunctioning. Who? Jenny. All right, then we'll adopt kids. Oliver, the problem is more serious than that. Jenny is very sick. Define very sick. She's dying. That's impossible. I'm sorry to have to tell you this. That's impossible. Well, it's a mistake. It has to be. We repeated her blood test 3 times. There's no question about the diagnosis. She'll have to be told soon. We can withhold treatment for a little while, but not for long. We'll have to begin therapy sometime during the next few weeks. She's only 24. Will it be painful? Hopefully not. You'll, of course, want to speak to a hematologist. I can refer you to Dr. Addison. Yeah. What do I do? I mean, what can I do for Jenny? Act as normal as possible. For as long as possible. That's really the best thing. Normal.
Okay. So now, what do you guys get from this movie clip? Unmute and start talking.
It's a nice movie, I guess. Actually, I read a book. It's Eric Segal love story. I read a book when I was student age. Yeah, it was, I mean, we were all crying for this girl.
Interesting. So, what's your comments on this movie clip? What do you think? What do you get? What clinical information you get from this part?
She's dying, and nobody can do anything. They can do some treatments, but she will die anyway.
So this means it's pretty serious disease, right? Okay, so this is a good thing. What else? Jean says sad, no hope. Okay, so have you guys noticed that Jean is only 24 years old? Which means, so Jean is only 24 years old, which means this disease can affect people who are young and people who are old, right? And her husband was like, no way, she's still young, she's only 24 years old. So this is a thing. Another thing, the doctor said we have to start the therapy anytime in the next few weeks, which means it has to be urgent. Nowadays, even with with AML or CML, they have to start the therapy maybe like in the next week. Now we know with the new advancement in the chemotherapy and targeted therapy and everything, they need to have the results, and the results have to be reliable, that they can start treatment very soon. So this is another thing. A third thing that he said, we repeated the blood test 3 times. I remember, Zoya, you were asking about second opinion. One of your clients have asked you this question, right? Very first visits you've done, one of your doctors, he asked you if we're doing second opinions.
You have a good memory.
Right? I remember this question.
Yeah.
So what did you tell him?
Well, basically what I asked Dr. Nasser about it, and he said that we don't really do that because somehow it's illegal or something for second opinion or something like that. Just go and give them another opinion or something. So basically, yeah, he said we're not doing that.
Okay. So Dr. Nasser said we don't do second opinion, but
not on this, not on this particular case that he presented. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He said that either was Dr. Nasser or Ahmed, I can't remember, but he said that we don't, because it's somehow it's illegal to go on the same specimen or whatever to do second opinion. Something with regulation.
Well, I personally, I don't have a clear answer for this question. This is a good thing. I'm going to have it in my notes and ask Dr. Nasser this question, because I believe we can do second opinion. Basically, second opinion means if you have this significant, then serious diagnosis for a patient, you can just start doing chemotherapy, which is still some serious medication, without making sure that this patient has this kind of disease. So what they usually do, they resend the specimen to another lab, to another pathologist, to have another look, have a second opinion on this case, to make sure that the patient is diagnosed in this way. This is not illegal. This is completely legal. I know for sure Mayo Clinic does this. Genoptics does this. I know I have a good guess that we do second opinions as well. I am not sure why Dr. Nasser told you this. I'm gonna revise it with him.
Check with Ahmed. I think Ahmed was telling me this. Check with Ahmed first. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was Ahmed. He was saying that because I kind of told him on the spot to the doctor, yeah, sure, we're doing that. And then I asking Ahmed, like, I thought we're doing that. He's like, no, you should not tell him that we're doing that because it's something with regulation. You're not supposed to do it, whatever. Which sounds weird to me too, because if you want to have second opinion, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
If you're expecting it's something else. But he said we're not doing that, because I did ask him.
Dr. Nasser told me that we do second opinion tests, and he said we get reimbursed for it too.
Really?
Yeah, because I had someone ask me that question, but that's all the information I got from him. I didn't get anything specific.
Well, maybe Karim, if you can email Ahmed and include all of us, just so we all get the answer from that.
Okay, sure. So I'm gonna discuss it with him and make sure I clarify that.
I remember something with regulation. He said that we don't do that. That it's not how it will work or whatever. I don't remember exactly what, but something. Yeah, we don't do that.
Okay. So Vanessa, you said we get reimbursed for this, or we don't get reimbursed?
He said we do, because that was one of the questions I had for him. He sent me the CPT codes. There's a CPT code for consultation cases. I can forward you that email.
Yes, please, if you can.
Right now.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean, guys? Can I ask you what do you mean by second opinion? Because I just had a lunch maybe a couple of weeks ago in a big office, and they said we might use you for a second opinion. Because they have, they're using by reference, which is big in New Jersey. And they said we might use you for second opinion. So we cannot do it, or what is the problem with that? Do you mean this, or do you mean something else? Hello?
Okay. Yes. Anybody wants to answer the question? Okay, go ahead, Vanessa.
Yeah, I guess it's just a second opinion on the results. If they don't give an exact diagnosis, if they send it to another lab. I've never had anyone, send me a second opinion case, but I've just had that question asked before, so I don't really know about it.
Personally, I don't think that a second opinion case would be, tagged as a second opinion case. It's just a doctor sent the blood specimen or the a bone marrow biopsy for a patient to a lab, and the results came back, and he wanted to make sure, so he resend it to another lab. Maybe he's sending it to us, maybe to another lab, and he's not going to tag it as this is a second opinion. He just have the results back and compare them together, and it's only second opinion for him. You know what I mean?
Right, but how is it insurance-wise? Because the insurance is going to show that the patient had two similar tests in a short amount of time. How do you do that?
Yes, that's why it has another, a different CPT code.
Oh, it does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many second opinions do we do, like what's the percentage of the volume. This is another question I should be asking Dr. Nasser. So yeah, so Katrina, basically a second opinion means that the doctor does a test on a patient and he wants to make sure that those results are reliable. So he sends those, the blood specimen or the bone marrow specimen to another pathologist to have a second opinion. So this is basically what a second opinion is. In your case, your account is using bioreference. Bioreference is GenBath, right?
Yes.
So they are using GenBath, and they just want to make sure that the results they are getting back from GenBath are reliable. So they are sending to us and comparing the results together. If they are the same, this means GenBath is doing a good job. You know what I mean?
No, Karim, I don't think so. They send, it's a pretty big hematology oncology office. They have 4 doctors there. I think they are happy with GenPass, but maybe sometimes they want to see, another opinion from another another pathologist. And they didn't send to us yet. For us, to give us a try, I would give them second opinion, third opinion, whatever they want, just, to make them to try us. So we'll see.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I didn't get, why didn't you think this is a second opinion?
No, it is a second opinion. I was just asking, what do you mean by second opinion? Because if we don't do it, what does it mean we don't do it if they send us a case? And that's, I was just curious. Okay. I understand.
Okay. I'm gonna check back with Dr. Nasser and get you definite answer for this. Mm-hmm. So this is another good point we get from the movie clip. Another point.
What's the difference then for the term reference lab?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever heard the term reference lab?
Yes.
What's the difference? Second opinion, reference lab.
So we are a reference lab, which means a lab that's specialized in a specific, specific part of testing that a doctor has to send to get reliable results. So a hematologist, oncologist, think of it this way. For their hematology patients, like anemia or something, they can do the test in their facility. They can do the test in their office. They can do the CBC in their office. But to get a bone marrow, they have to refer this test to another reference lab. Did you get anything from what I said?
Yeah, it's out of their scope of testing, so to speak.
Basically, yeah, it's out of their scope of testing, so they have to refer this test to another lab to do it for them. So this is basically the definition of a reference lab. So by this definition, we are completely a reference lab. We are a hematopathology reference lab. A reference lab can do a second opinion for the doctor. So the doctor sends the specimen to his first reference lab, and when the results come back, he sends them to a second reference lab to get a second opinion about the same case. Is that clear?
On the nose, buddy.
Okay. So another good point we get from the movie clip is yeah. So the lady, the Jean and the guy, they were going to the doctor. They were checking why she's not getting pregnant. She wasn't ill by herself. She was doing a check for a different thing, and then the results came that she has leukemia. So what do you guys get out of this? What do you think? What's the conclusion? Basically, the clinical picture for this disease is not very clear. It doesn't have sharp borders. It can be, mistaken for any other disease, or most commonly, it can be diagnosed by coincidence, by chance. They are just by luck. They were, doing the test for another disease, and when they do the CBC, they found very high leukocytosis. It's not like the appendicitis. You have appendicitis is clear cut disease. The doctor can diagnose appendicitis without even sending any test to any lab, just by clinical picture. This is not the case in leukemia. A doctor can't diagnose leukemia just by clinical picture. It's completely depending upon the investigations. It's completely depending on the pathologist to find if this is leukemia or not. The hematologist, the clinical picture is not conclusive at all. It doesn't give any information to the hematologist, oncologist. Is it leukemia or not? He can't tell. He can't tell without having a bone marrow. And this gives us tells us about the importance of the service we are providing to the hematologist oncologist, which is not basic, which shouldn't, which it is not necessarily the case with other tumors. A doctor can diagnose hepatocarcinoma by ultrasound. He doesn't have to have like a specimen and the pathologist, looking at it. Leukemia is one of the very few diseases that doesn't have conclusive, clinical picture. The doctor completely relies upon the pathologist's opinion for the diagnosis. So we get this point as well from the movie clip. I think it's a pretty interesting movie clip. We had a very good, kind of introduction about leukemia. It does affect people who are young and people who are old. It doesn't have very conclusive clinical picture. It relies upon the investigation to reach a sure diagnosis. Usually, they'd have first and second opinion to diagnose leukemia, and it's pretty serious disease that makes a patient dying. So, and it needs immediate action from the doctor. And remember, when we are going through the report and we are referring to the color-coded triage system, and we say this color-coded triage system is to help your staff bring the report to your attention depending on the importance of the results. And of course if it's something really serious like AML or something, the pathologist is going to pick up the phone and call you directly. This part of the pitch we give every day, the AML is the same exact disease this patient have. It's very important to give the doctor the results as soon as possible. He has to start actions. Back in the days in 1970s, he has to start actions in the next few weeks. Now, like, he has to start actions maybe in the next few hours. So this is a good introduction about leukemia. We're gonna keep talking about leukemia in the next episode. We're gonna keep talking about the EMR interface in the next episodes. Please, guys, like, get all the information about the EMR offices you have with how many offices you have. Try to answer the questions we have shared in the email, and share it with us in the next episode as well. And okay, that's pretty much it for this week. Do you guys have any questions, comments, or advices?
Yeah, pick a newer video clip next time from the newer century here.
I'm sorry.
That video clip looks like it's from the 70s.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. What do you say? You say the movie clip doesn't look like from the 70s.
It looks like it is from the 70s, and I swear that guy behind the desk, I think he played on that TV show, The Munsters.
Well, I'm not that much into the American movies and TV series. I'm not that expert, but I was just doing research about leukemia when I found this interesting interesting movie clip about it. So I'm awfully sorry for that. I thought it's very very important that we can discuss it and make it more enjoyable than the other ways.
Yes, Karim, it was very good actually. It's interesting, but when it's happened to talk about leukemia, I always remember this love story. Like I said, I didn't see the movie, but I read the book. So
Okay, good for
it's a
you.
very famous book actually. I don't know, people who grew up here has had to read it. It's like American classics, I think.
Well, maybe I'm gonna read the book in the next couple
Yeah,
months
yeah.
or so.
I think
Yeah, it's gonna be on my list.
it's Eric Siegel, something like I don't know. Yeah, I think the name is of the author. Anyway.
I know the book is a bestseller. Used to be a bestseller. So yeah, maybe it's a good book. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for making it to the training today. Enjoy your week and happy selling, as Ahmed says every time. You're welcome. If you guys have any questions or any something that you share with any other buddy of the team, or like any question you send to Dr. Nasser, Dr. Randa, just make sure to copy ask at gmail.com, ask@cyperdime.com, to make sure that I get the question and try to find the answers. And I'm actually now, like, since I'm gonna start to have more time, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of index all the questions we have at the ask email, and start sharing with you like the questions and the answers every episode, just to making it more practical and more related to what we do every day. Thank you guys, and have a good week.